Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm Sheena.
And I'm Tamara.
And this week we're talking about regretting coming out of the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Or whether or not you do. So, do you?
I did not regret coming out of the closet.
I was quite fearful of coming out of the closet initially.
Understandably.
And, I mean, it's kind of terrifying when your whole life you are teased for being this really bad thing called, a lesbian, and then you realize that actually you are this thing, but you don't want to be this thing because your whole life everybody said how horrible this thing is, right? But having said that, once I actually came to terms with it, thank you very much to the likes of Cormaker and Radcliffe, who really eased that part for me. Once I was actually out of the closet, and I was happily out of the closet, I'm actually quite happy out. It's nice and bright and sunshiny out here, whereas it's kind of dank in there.
I think most people are happy to come out of the closet, but I think you do get regret when you come out at the wrong time, or if you come out in a place where it's not safe to be out of the closet.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Why would it not be safe to come out of the closet?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, but I think the biggest is the society you live in. If it's a violent society towards people that are not heteronormative in any way, that's going to be a problem.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's still Russia, a lot of the Arab countries, North Africa. I mean, you can get killed for being a lesbian.
Quite literally. They will stone you.
Yeah.
Or, shoot you.
And, they'll also do corrective rape. They will do genital mutilation on women. So, sometimes it just isn't safe. And, there's one thing for being an activist, but then there's also a lot to be said for being safe.
Absolutely.
So sometimes you're in a situation where you feel like you're a lesbian or gay or queer or whatever it is, and then you come out and it's a whole big thing, and then I don't know, a few months later, a year later, 10 years later, you have an attraction to someone who doesn't fit into that stereotype. So you're a lesbian, but now you're attracted to a man.
Does this happen, though, in real life?
It does. There's also people who, come out, and it's, a big thing, because coming out is always a big thing, and then they're not actually in a relationship. So they feel like they went through all of this, they've come out, and then they kind of feel like, womp womp.
You're gonna feel like what?
Regrets.
Don't do the womp womp again.
Womp womp.
You blush so cutely. Okay. Are these for real, or are you making this stuff up?
No, it's for real. Not everyone is as confident as you are.
Oh, thank you.
So, there are real regrets about coming out because, sexuality is fluid.
I really believe it is, hey? And I believe a lot of it has to do with your attraction to the person themselves.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes also you just haven't come out at the right time, because you may be the most lesbian that ever lesbianed, but you haven't actually really come to terms with it. So you come out, but it's still a bad struggle, and you can't accept yourself, and yet you're trying to get everyone else to accept you. And how do you even go through that?
You're right, that would cause major regrets, because unless you're ready within your own self, dude, coming out is going to be hard.
So I've actually read about some people who've come out, they went through this problem of they actually weren't ready to come out, and then so it was painful and horrible. Then they came out years later, and then it was fine. But their first time, they completely regretted it because they just weren't ready to do it.
And I get that. And so this is why I'm so very adamant that people should not push others to come out of the closet.
No, never do that, ever. It doesn't matter if it is the best thing for them, because
if they're not ready within themselves, if they're not self-accepting, it's just going to be really tough for them. I agree with this, actually, and I can see why that would cause regret for coming out of the closet.
Yeah.
Another thing about coming out of the closet, and we talk about this quite frequently, is but you have to keep coming out the damn closet.
Yes.
That stupid closet, the people keep shoving you back in it.
The damn door is always ajar.
Right?
You need one of those, like, things that you put under the door just to keep it open.
Step in and out of the closet. Yeah, like me, I'm fab.
You keep on going about fab. That's like it. I don't know, lesbians really, really are not the most
Fab people.
Well,
it's like, okay, so because I'm watching Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, hence the fab. I don't know, it's now stuck in my brain. But
Jonathan is very fabulous.
Which one's Jonathan?
Gay Jesus. Can I say that?
He does though look like Gay Jesus with the hair. It's the hair.
He looks so much better with a man bun.
He does, and he should totally wear a man bun. But Tamara said the funniest thing, which I have to share.
Okay, go ahead.
So she she said to me, when she was watching the first season of Queer Eye, like back in the day, she wondered briefly why there wasn't a woman version of this. So then I got to thinking, and I was like, wait. So let me get this right. So the woman version would be lesbians teaching straight women about fashion and food. And then we laughed.
I did come up with a name for it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it's... Wait there. Queer pal for the gay gal.
Nice.
No, for the straight gal. Because
we're all queer.
This is the L word.
You just... Dude. That's hilarious.
So it's the queer pal for the straight gal.
Oh, there we go.
It.
Right.
Copyrighted to Tamara and Sheena.
Well, you can have the copyright because it's your idea, my beautiful wife. But no.
Yes, but we're like, what's mine is yours, but what's yours is mine more.
This is true. This is your life philosophy. Like, the bed, we share it in theory, but mostly it's yours.
That is so untrue. It's mostly Snuff's.
Snuff is our cat. Alright.
/ producer.
You're feeling very amusing this morning. Yes. So I think that would be the worst show ever. I mean, can you imagine a straight woman?
I think it would be the most hilarious show ever.
No, it would be hilarious, but it really wouldn't achieve anything. We could give good sex advice. But I don't know so much about fashion or decoration. The straight woman would end up with lots of cats.
Flannel. Comfortable shoes. And carabiners.
So maybe somebody should produce this show.
Okay, so no regrets for us, but it's okay to feel regret.
And it's okay to go back in the closet and come back out when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's okay. You need to live your life the way that makes you happiest at that moment. That's my philosophy.
It's a very good philosophy to have.
Mm. And I don't think you should superimpose yourself on others.
No, don't do that. It just gets awkward and kind of irritating.
Amen.
Okay, so...
From the founders of Queer what?
Queer pal, no.
Queer pal for the straight gal. I'm Sheena.
I'm Tamara.
And this is Let's Talk About It. You can find us on the Lesbian Talk Show chat group on Facebook. And if you love this show and other shows and want to support us, there's a Patreon link in the show notes. And you get exclusive behind-the-scenes content if you're a patron.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends. And if you know anyone who is struggling with coming out, have them listen to this. I think it might help.
Yes. Plus, we're fun.
If we do say so ourselves.
Well, you just did say I was confident, so... Alright, that's all for this week. Bye!
Bye!